favorite fantasy character you can't pick from Avatar. Thanks a lot. Here is my setup. What stories have inspired me the most? So favorite book is a really hard question. That was fun. Good morning, everybody. We are celebrating 5,000 subscribers. And yeah, okay, it's not a huge number, but it's pretty big. I'm pretty excited about it. That's what she said. Also, it has been an entire year since I posted my first video on this specific channel, on the BookTube channel. So I kind of wanted to do a little get to know me, get to know my studio, and answer some of your questions that you posted on the community post. So let's get into this video. As you notice, I am in a completely different outfit because I forgot to film an intro. So back to previous me over there. Yeah, bye. You guys will see me in the outro again, okay? Because I also forgot to film one of those. Okay, so today I'm going to be answering your questions. And thank you guys so much for like actually asking questions. I was really worried that I was gonna have like just one question or even 0 questions. And I have like, I think 10 questions, which I'm really excited about. Before we jump into this, a little tidbit about me. I am slightly dyslexic. I say slightly because it doesn't really affect me reading. Like I can read books just fine and things. It really mostly affects me reading out loud. So I get names wrong, and a lot of times I will put letters in the wrong space and sound them out incorrectly. So if I get your name wrong, I am very sorry. I looked over them like 10 different times and did like a pronunciation bracket beside of them after my husband told me how he would pronounce them because he's a lot better at that than I am. So let's actually get into this, but I am really sorry if I get your name wrong. Today's first question comes from Joriam Ramos, who asked, what is your favorite scene in your favorite book? Good question, Joriam, because I don't know. So first I would have to determine what my favorite book is. So favorite book is a really hard question, especially when we're diving into scenes, because you could love an entire series, but not really be able to like pinpoint your favorite scene from that series. The first thing that comes to mind, the first thing that really does pop out is Mark of Athena. Let me go grab it. I don't know if I would say it's my favorite scene, because like I said, that's really hard to distinguish, but it definitely has the most impactful scene that I've ever read. Like this was the scene that I was just like, oh my goodness, did that just happen? And I love those moments in books. So spoiler alert, real quick, jump to this timestamp if you don't want to hear these spoilers. But my favorite scene in this book is at the very end when our main character, Annabeth, has just defeated a spider lady. How do you explain this without sounding like a crazy person? Annabeth had just defeated basically her worst enemy, and she's in this dark cavern. She's like beaten and bruised, and her friends come to save her. It's finally the ending of the book. Her boyfriend Percy is there, and all you feel is just, you feel relief, you feel happiness, and you're like, yes, it's the end of the story. They've made it out, and then the ground breaks out from under them. And Annabeth falls and Percy falls and he catches her hanging on by the ledge. You're thinking, okay, he's gonna pull her up. He's got to, like, this is a kid's story. He's gotta save her. And instead, he lets go. He lets go of the rock and they both fall into the hole of Tartarus together. I was just mind blown. It was crazy to me that this even happens. Like I even saw like drawings and things of fan art of this scene. And I still didn't even imagine that they would fall into Tartarus together. It never even crossed my mind because that was just so bizarre. But it was a fantastic scene and I loved it because it averted all your expectations. Being a kid's story and how all these stories usually work is that, yeah, bad things happen, but they always come out on the end and they save the day, but they didn't. They fell into the pits of hell, and that was really cool for me. I really liked the ending of this book. While we're speaking about Joriam, he has his own YouTube channel that talks about the kind of the same things I talk about: magic systems, world building, writing books. So if you like this kind of stuff, definitely go check out his channel. He has some really great videos. I love everything he has to talk about. He does a really good job describing things in ways that I just never really thought of before. So go check him out. Okay, second question, Gaming Grambles. Okay, I'm currently editing this video and I just realized that says Gaming Rambles. Why did I think Gaming Grambles made any sense? Right, I'm sorry for being an idiot. Back to the video. Wrote, favorite fantasy character you can't pick from Avatar? Thanks a lot. I know these aren't that deep of questions, but when you actually sit down to think about like what your favorite is, it's really hard. It's really hard to try to pinpoint and pick your favorite characters because there's just so many good ones. Like right now, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, Frieren is such a good character. I love watching Frieren, but I don't think she's my favorite. She is really good though. Also, you have the whole problem of like, if the writer doesn't understand who the character is anymore and keeps writing about that character, the character starts becoming flawed and like not really your favorite anymore. That's kind of what happened with Percy and Annabeth. I would say that Percy and Annabeth from the Percy Jackson series and the Heroes of Olympus series are probably one of my favorite fantasy characters to read about. Like, that's why I love those series so much, because I think those two characters are just so well written and they develop so much through their journeys and stuff. Like their stories are goofy and they're stupid and a lot of it is just kid stories, but the characters I just love. For some reason I feel this attachment to Annabeth and Percy and I really like them. But as the series went, as Rick wrote more, I ended up not liking them as much. They changed and I don't really like that, and that makes me not really like Annabeth as much because I don't know, I feel like they lost who they were. But if I was allowed to pick from Avatar, Katara all the way. I love Katara so much. If I was a bender, I would be a waterbender for sure. Preston Erickson asked, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel? Okay, so this one, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my YouTube journey because, well, that's what they asked for. So I told you today was the channel's birthday, but that isn't completely true because I actually started this channel back in, 2021. So I started this channel in 2021 and it was still under the name Moon Angel, and it wasn't like pre-recorded videos or anything. It was actually, I streamed on Twitch and then took those VODs and posted them onto YouTube. So that's what this was. It was just for VOD posting. And I think I actually shortened some of the videos. Like I did some editing and posted those too. And I think I posted some shorts. No, I did that on TikTok. So back in 2021, I started a Twitch channel and I started it back in like September. I think I started it in September. And I had a lot of fun. I have no idea what the initial thought was, like why I did it. My husband might remember, but I just remember thinking, hey, playing video games and recording myself doing that seems like a fun time. So I was like, I want to try it. And we bought like a little cheap camera that hooked to the monitors. My husband already had a really good computer because he loved playing video games. And so we like hooked everything up in his office. And I think my first video, if I have it, I will show it over here. Here's the bigger space. I'll show it over here. There was no lights. I was just in a random room. It was actually next door, the room over there. And it was a lot of fun. Like I was so nervous. What I streamed was Skyrim, by the way. Okay, so day plan is simple. I touched a button that wasn't supposed to, but it's fine. And I think I had like maybe 2 people in the chat and it was so much fun. Like I'm one of those people that I feel so guilty if I spend all my time like playing a video game. So I would play like 1 hour and then be like, okay, you gotta go do something now or you're gonna feel terrible about yourself. And I get it. It's a me problem that I need to fix. But playing a video game while recording yourself kind of takes away all of that guilt, because even though I wasn't making any money, it was still the potential of, hey, some people do this for a job, so I don't have to feel guilty about this. And also having people there made the video game so much more fun. Like I enjoyed it so much. I really want to do it again. I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed it so much. Die, I just wanna die. So I did that for about 2 or 3 months, and I got to be a Twitch affiliate. That was a lot of fun, but I got to that point, and then suddenly my life just completely changed, and I got pregnant. Now, this wasn't the first time I got pregnant. My son was actually turning a year old at this point, and I was not expecting this second child. And if someday she watches this video far, far into the future, she will realize that she was an accident, but I still love her all the same. So because of that life-changing event, I had to pick up a more steady job, and I had to just put Twitch streaming to the side because I just didn't have time anymore. And I was exhausted. I was so exhausted. You really get super tired when you're pregnant, just for no reason. I mean, I guess you do have a reason. You're creating a human being in your body. That makes sense. Years later, I continually missed streaming and YouTube in general, because I had a lot of fun editing the videos. I had a lot of fun talking to people in the chat, and I would constantly just think about it. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I wish I was doing that. If I was still doing that to this day, maybe I would be actually making money from it. So in 2023, I decided I want to start a YouTube channel. I was like, I don't have time to stream because streaming takes too long. It takes hours of a night out of your time, while YouTube, you know, you can write your script, record for an hour, and then edit. You know, I can write and edit with my kids. I just can't record for hours and hours with my kids. So I decided that I wanted to do a YouTube channel. I just couldn't decide what it was about. I thought about doing just like funny videos. I thought about doing like cooking videos. During this time though, me and my husband were working on our books. So just a little bit of context. I had been co-writing a book with my husband for the past 10 years. I think 10 years at this point. Now he is definitely the main writer. That this is his series that he is working on. I just kind of help out once in a while. But because of that, I just got so obsessed with writing books. I thought it was so much fun. It was so much fun to analyze what makes a book good and bad, and what makes scenes work and what makes it not work, and why do I hate this movie but love this movie. I loved just diving into all that stuff, and I was watching videos like since I was 17. I've been watching booktube videos and authors and all kinds of people just talk about their theories and what they think makes it good, and then I've been coming up with my own. And then sometime in 2023, I realized I had watched almost every single video I could watch on writing books. And I was like, how do I go further? How do I learn more about writing books? And then it hit me, because there's a quote that says, if you want to learn something, read about it. If you want to understand something, write about it. If you want to master something, teach it. And so I took that quote and I was like, okay, I've done all the reading that I can do on the topic. I was like, what if I take everything that I've learned and I try to teach it to other people on YouTube, like other people are doing? At first, I said, absolutely, you cannot do that. You are not smart enough to do that. There's no way you know enough about book writing when you haven't even completed a book yet. But then I started thinking more about it, and I was like, you know what? Me, myself now knows a heck of a lot more than what 17-year-old me knew back then. Which means I could make videos for those people that are starting out, those people who are just now trying to write a fantasy book or trying to understand it. But yeah, so I think the greatest inspiration was being able to do something that I love, which is creating videos, writing scripts, editing. Like, I think all of that is so much fun. But while doing that, I am also learning and mastering book writing. And I think that's also really great, because writing a book is the main goal, I would say. You know, like, I really want to write a book and publish it. And to be able to do that, I gotta learn all this. And so if I'm learning all this while doing this channel, then you get the best of both worlds. I think that's a lot of fun. Stormblessed29 asks, what is the one story that you love so much and adore every single aspect of it that you wish you were the one to create it? Hands down, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I feel like that one's a given. If that's not allowed, if their Avatar: The Last Airbender is not allowed, then I would say Harry Potter. Now, Harry Potter has some negative aspects to it that I don't agree with. I don't really like Voldemort. I don't really like the whole, like, what if we use guns situation. Obviously, there are flaws to the world, but I just love the world of Harry Potter so much that I really wish it was mine. I love the Halloween feel of it, and my own story is going to have a Halloween feel, and I'm trying so hard not to copy Harry Potter because I love that vibe that it gives, and I want my own story to have that homey Halloween cozy vibe. But yeah, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and if that one's not allowed, Harry Potter. Koro asks, what video games do you like or play? This is easy. Anything that is survival, single player, building stuff. So, Minecraft, obviously, big one. Love Minecraft. Skyrim is a really good favorite of mine. Sims is really good. I don't really sit down to play the regular Sims. I just usually use it to build houses because I really like building things. And oh, Breath of the Wild. Actually, I guess Tears of the Kingdom is now my favorite because it's basically Breath of the Wild but better. Those are my 5 favorite. Did I mention 5? Oh, Stardew Valley. I knew I was forgetting one. So yeah, those are my top 5. I really like all those games. Mayu says, congrats on 5K. What stories have inspired you the most? What are your plans for the channel moving forward? What stories have inspired me the most? I would say, I hope this isn't just books because I'm an all-around media person. I really love books, but I really love movies and shows. So Avatar: The Last Airbender definitely was like one of the first inspirations. It's something that I saw and I was like, I want to create a world and a magic system like this. I want to create a feeling that this show gives in my own work. And that really inspired me to write my own story. 2 other things I really take a lot of inspiration from is Pirates of the Caribbean and Stranger Things. I just love the dark gloominess of those. I guess one's a show, one's a movie. And then also the comedy aspect. I love that can be brutal and gross, but also hilarious at times. I really like that vibe that those 2 things give. And that's something that I want my own stories to have in them. So those really inspire me there. And what are your plans for the channel moving forward? Right now, I don't have any really big plans. Like I have some plans for more videos. Obviously, the next few videos, the next video is about Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I'm really excited about because I get to just gush about my favorite show. I have another video coming out about a review on Throne of Glass, which again, I'm really excited about because I get to just talk and gush and complain about the book series that I just read. And then, sorry, I'm looking over at my wall where it has all my video plans. And then I'm planning on beginning of 2025 is jumping into creating characters. Zero Solar says, as a fellow big fan of Pirates of the Caribbean, what are your favorite pirate books? I don't have any. I've never read a pirate book. I'm really sorry. I plan on it at some point. I really want to read some pirate books because I think writing a pirate series would be a lot of fun. But yeah, haven't read any. If you have any recommendations, leave them down below because I'm looking for one. The next question is from EG Villa Productions, and they ask, what is your book about? I'd love to hear the logline or summary of your story / characters. Okay, so my story right now doesn't have a title, but it is called The Halloween Project. And that's because the drive for creating the story is that I really want to create a story in this Halloween-like world, sort of like, you know, Harry Potter, Little Witch Academy, or Halloween Town, the classic Disney goofy Halloween things. I just love those feels, so that's what I wanted to recreate. So let me first give you an idea of the setting of the story. So it's kind of based off just the fantasy vibe in general, like how Disney portrays the princesses and how they may wander upon a witch who has a potion that they need, or they may like cry and then a fairy godmother appears, you know, those kind of things. But in this world, we're following the witches of this trope. And witches are born witches, but in order to become a witch that helps a princess or prince in need, they have to get their license. But the story follows Lucy, who is a young witch who is finally of age to go to this school and is a descendant of the greatest witch of all time. So of course, lots of people expect great things of her. Except here's the problem. She doesn't have magic. On top of that, Lucy now has a prophecy about her that she is going to defeat a great darkness that's going to try to take over the world. Lucy, having no idea how she's going to handle this with no magic, decides to run into the forest and try to find a familiar to help her. But instead, she ends up capturing a demon. Now, book 1 is mainly about the relationship between Lucy and this demon, her trying to figure out how to use him to give herself powers, and him trying to figure out himself how to use his powers in this world. But the twist here is that Lucy isn't actually the daughter of the greatest witch of all time, because Lucy was switched at birth. And somewhere out there across the planet, there actually is a very powerful witch, in which this prophecy actually belongs to. And Lucy is the foretold darkness. So that's all I can give you today without any major spoilers. So I'll keep you guys updated on how the writing progress goes throughout the year. But yeah, on to the next question. Okay, Amaya, oh no, a long name, Amaya Laurentia. Amaya Laurentia asks, have you read a lot of fan fiction in addition to regularly published fiction? Ever written any? I have not actually read any fan fiction that I know of. I'm not really big on fanfic stuff because you never know what kind of quality you're gonna get when you read it. It could be terrible and ruin the story for you, or it could be better than the story itself. You never know. And also, it's not canon to the story, and that always upsets me. Reading something that I wish happened, but it didn't, which I know doesn't really make sense because you can just pretend that it did happen, but it still bothers me because I consider it not canon. So that's why I've never really read fanfic. Written fanfic. Does it count when you're 10 years old? Because I did when I was 10. I remember I wrote an entire comic book of Lion King 3 about Kovu and Kiara's kid. I have no idea how the story went. I just know I wrote it. And then when I got older, probably 11 or 12, I wrote a fanfic about Star Wars. That was probably my favorite. Now it's not written on paper anywhere. Sorry, it's just all in my head. So I guess technically I've never really written fanfic. I have come up with it before. Ooh, I did write one for Harry Potter. I forgot about that one. Again, it's not on paper anywhere, but I did. I think it's in a text message to a friend. Last question is from Dex Piles, who says, congratulations on 5K. My question is, what is your all-time favorite series? Have I talked about this already? Oh, well, I guess I talked about my favorite scene from my favorite book. But my all-time favorite series, that would be Harry Potter, for sure. I think. I don't know, Percy Jackson's really good too. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Okay, so I thought a lot of you might want to see my studio, all right? So let's get my phone out here and let's switch recordings. Okay. This is probably gonna look and sound terrible because I'm probably gonna use the audio from my phone. But here is my setup. I have my script over here. This is a really cheap light that I have set over here to kind of reflect the expensive light over here. Sorry, it's really blinding right now. I got my actual official camera. This is pretty new. I've been using actually this phone right here that I'm using right now to record most of my videos. So I just now had this camera for my last 2 videos, which I'm really excited about. I got Freerin, and I got, well, this is also my husband's office. So this is a fake Pokemon that he got from a YouTuber. I don't know the YouTuber's name, but that is that is his. This is my drawing pad for drawing. You want to see the ugliness? Look at that. Oh, wires everywhere. It's so gross. All right, so behind me, let's actually get a good look at my shelf back here. First thing is this. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I love this. My husband made this for me pretty recently, and I adore it. And then look right down here. Look at that. It's so cute. And then if you can see right here in the background. Yep. If you know, you know. All right. That's all I'm going to say. This is George, the plant. Haven't figured out what to do with him yet. He doesn't really glow very much. I wish he had more lighting on the video. And then my workout area, which shares with my office. Set up workout area. Yeah, and then in that closet there's a whole bunch of other workout equipment. We have my avatar poster. Over here, just some office stuff and my wall. This is just this is what keeps my life organized. So I keep all my YouTube things there, you know, telling me which video's next. And then I have my book progress map, which, as you can tell, Project Halloween has not made much progress. But yeah, that's my studio. So I've talked way too much. That was fun. Hello, I'm back. Okay, so that was it. Thank you guys so much for your questions. I hope you had fun today watching the video, getting to know me a little bit better, getting to see the studio. Call it a studio, it's just a bedroom. If this is your first video on my channel, I am sorry, because you obviously have no idea what's going on right now. To the rest of you, thank you all for being a part of the channel, and a big shout out to my Patreons. You guys over here, you're the first Patreons of the first year. So thank you guys so much. You will always be in recognition for that, so thank you so much. I'll see you guys next year. Actually, you're gonna see me sooner than that. All right, as always, have a wonderful, amazing day, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. And don't forget to hit the like button down below.